and it has been several weeks. But man, there's some good stuff here. There's some really good stuff that's come in. Um, very big thanks to a lot of different people. We'll get to them here in just a minute, but you're going to see stuff from all over the world, and some U.S. very hard to find items. Some of my normal hodgepodge from whatever, and you can kind of see a little bit of stuff behind me, but there's some really cool, interesting, hard to find pieces. Some non-MOTU items as well, and of course some international banter because I just came back from a 2-week crazy long trip as well. So that's all going to happen right now. Oh no! Oh, Rusty almost hit the wrong button. I'm so excited. I almost hit the end stream button. That's so stupid. Okay, so I had very fortunate help from Stefan again, helping out with a lot of stuff here from Germany, along with Bo. I hope I'm saying that right. Excuse me. That did a deal. I believe it was about a year ago, but again, I knew what was going on. We had stuff go different places, and the big box came in, as well as a lot of other things. So let's just show one of the. Let's start with one of the bigger, cool, modern, but hard to find. We'll call it a variant pack because it's pretty hard to find. Pretty hard to acquire this one. This is the Flying Fist Terror Claws Skeletor 2-pack. And this is a Toyplosion exclusive. So this packaging and everything else is technically a custom, but it's done in Mattel's knowledge. Like, they know that they're doing this, and it is awesome. They are very hard to get. They sold out super fast. And there is even an acrylic case that's made by I forget the German company over there, but I'll acquire one of those as well. But this is, you know what, like a modern day chase, a modern day heavy hitter, a modern day. I want, this is so very fortunate. Thank you to Stefan, and thank you to Philippe as well, and several other people that I believe were involved in helping acquire this piece. It's been a year now, so getting a little blurry there and how it all came to be. But Stefan, thank you very much. So that's a big one. That's a big one. But in that was a huge pile of stuff that I mentioned Fo earlier had set up. And that one happened to include this Superman comic, but it features that, but it's the international comic of Superman. So yeah, right down there. I think this is the French version. There's quite a bit of French stuff in here, and quite a bit of paper goods, but they're the stuff that's hard to find. So we'll do a crossover. This is, for those that know me, there's I don't know if there could be a better possible offering, honestly. And I haven't opened any of these, looked at any of them yet, but and now I got to double check too if this was German. Dang it. I forget where it was from. Anyway, there's Starfighter magazine. Maybe it was Belgium. I can't remember now. But it's He-Man and Mask. He-Man and Mask, dude. And it's not just like one. It's a lot. He-Man and Mask. He-Man and Mask. Yeah. They're all freaking amazing. I just, this is so freaking cool. He-Man and Mask in the same thing. I love this. Look at, oh, I just, when I didn't even know about these until probably about 2 years ago, or shortly after having the opportunity to pick these up. I was like, oh man, I gotta have them all. And I was fortunate enough to be able to get them. So that's pretty freaking. That came from the faux pile. So this is some stuff that, pardon me, This is from Stuffin and the Grayskull Con and different events that were down there in Germany. So, and again, I don't have most of these. There's some pieces that I might get doubles of because Ken goes to some of the stuff, but not all of it. And there's so many little pieces that they put out, and they're such high quality. They really are. Like, I mean, there's full-fledged stories in the back. It's not. It's. I mean, it looks small, and it's very good. It's a very look at the inside, the checklist. I mean, it's a fantastic thing. This publication is awesome, and they keep going. Like I say, they keep making them, so it's not just one and done. And this is pretty cool because that's on the cover. That's right. I got the book. I got the book. This one here's got to be something unique. There's got to be something in there that's He-Man related because this is a different guide for different toy show. Comic-Con, I forget, I can't quite make it out. Comic-Con, yeah. Anyway, there's a guide, and I got to take a flip through that because I don't even know what's inside of that one. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool cover. That's a cool cover. Look at the inside of this. I so very wish I need to learn German. I need to learn better Spanish. My Spanish is weak. So some of the stuff I haven't looked at, guys. I may have taken it out quickly and set it aside, but that's about the extent of my view. That's a huge sticker. That is awesome. Awesome. Wow. Look at that. That's freaking killer. Man, they just, and more. Granomir, green Granomir. It's pretty sweet. Okay, there's a lot. There's a ton of stuff. Really, there's a ton of stuff. So here, this is from the faux pile. So this is the round version. This is the French pen. I have the square version, and I believe this is just part of the collector's club. Oh, wow. Check it out. I don't know if it's going to focus. Yeah. There you go. That's pretty sweet. That's a freaking sweet ink pen. Nice. Did not have that. Okay. This is from France as well. This is a pretty hard to find piece. They're normally broken. It's a weird plastic. It's brittle-ish. It can crack at a certain point, but they're 3D, right? So there's some depth to these bad boys. Look at this, and it's Battle Armor He-Man. Oh, look at this French. Amazing piece to be intact, unbroken, no cracks in this one. And there's some other ones. All right, let me just make sure I didn't miss some comments. I apologize. I haven't had those on there yet. Hey, Kevin, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. We're catching up on comments right now. James, what's up, bud? Jose, Mike Masters needed a case for that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the 2-pack's tough. We looked at it, but I don't have a good fit for that one. I do have a good fit for something else that's coming up, though. Is this all for your collection? Yeah. Yep, this is pretty much all for the collection. Oh, you're fine, dude. This is the man. This is the man. He hooked it up. He made it possible by allowing this big pile of stuff to get sent to his place. So you mentioned Mock Master just a minute ago for a good fit. So here's another one of the Toyplosion exclusives. So this is an homage to the old school where they gave you the mask, which again was what is it? It's a Nordic giveaway or German giveaway, one of the two. You got these masks, and they were in this pack very much like this. So this is their again special release that they did, and No, it doesn't fit in the standard Mockmaster case, but it does fit in the deluxe case, and it pinches it really well. So, yeah, there's some play on the side, but I'm not worried about it. It fits in there really nice. So, I've got He-Man protected in there. He's not going anywhere, and it's pretty freaking awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, you can see the sticker up there too. So, it's a repack. It's just the standard. It's the standard He-Man figure, the 40th anniversary release, even. So, you know, it's the what is that, the third release or something to that effect. So at any rate, it's really cool. It's awesome. Got both pieces there, He-Man, and we got Skeletor. I couldn't get and find whatever the stupid Turtles of Grayskull Merman. Stephen didn't. He was able to pick them up, order them overseas for me. So I got one and two. Because I'm opening one of these bad boys. This is probably one of the coolest figures that they have put out in the entire crossover between the two. And I could not find one here in the States. Couldn't get. Let me rephrase. I could find them on eBay, third-party things that were just, did not want to pay that price. So these are regular price. And with the big box of stuff I had coming anyway, the cost of shipping from over there to over here was negated because there was so much stuff in there. So again, the power of friendship. Thank you, Stefan. Yeah, pretty freaking sweet. I will take a closer look as to which one of those is. They might be both the same type of condition. They're both unpunched, which is fantastic. Figure out which one I'm going to open. Take my time. Okay, so non-related to the big box, but I had to pick this book up. Adam Hastings. If you are not familiar with Adam Hastings, just amazingly talented artist. Does some amazing digital stuff, does physical stuff as well. And this is all of his different art. And I've had the pleasure of working with him, or him allowing me to use a couple of his designs for some of the retro rag t-shirts that we offered. Like, for example, Ram Man down there. I wear that shirt regularly, and it's one of my favorites. There's also a Manny Faces, which I wore while in Italy, which I mentioned that trip, and here's a He-Man DeLorean. So I mentioned the trip. It was awesome, really, really good. We went from Grand Rapids to Venice, Italy. We were there for a couple days. Then we took a high-speed train to Rome, and then we took a lift ride from Rome to Civitavecchia port, and then we did a 7-day cruise. We went Western Mediterranean, so then we hit Mallorca, Barcelona, Pisa, back to Rome, and then as soon as the ship got to dock, I jumped on a plane. 24 hours later, I was in Augusta, Georgia for Joe Fest. Then Mockmasters did Joe Fest until Sunday at 4 o'clock, and then by I think it was 11 p.m. I was back home here in Grand Rapids. So it was crazy. It was fun, a lot of fun, but really the only stressor was my computer didn't work for work. And that added unnecessary stress, and there was problems, unfortunately. So we got it fixed, but outside of that, travel went pretty good. And I do not like to pay to pee. I don't like that. I'm not gonna agree to that. So anyway, there it is. There it is. Both of those designs are freaking awesome. Now, he also did, sorry, just see, I can just switch gears. Look at, I mean, this, he just did amazing stuff. MOTU Babies. You got to look him up. Adam Hastings on Instagram. He's done some, look at his full scale pistol. Manny Faces pistol. He did his own version of a Grayskull. It's just, like I said, he does physical as well. It's not just digital. When I saw that there was a book coming out, or that he did a book, I had to get it. Like, check it out. This is his 3 3/4 like G.I. Joe size and scale figures. they're spectacular. It's just a freaking, he's a wildly talented individual. So dollar store, yeah, he converted dollar store toys. Now his MOTU balls are spectacular. I tried helping figure out a way to get those produced a little bit, and I made some headway, but really want those to be squishy, and volume and production was kind of a bit of a bugger, so that never quite manifested it. But still doesn't mean it might not. Someone might be able to figure it out. But anyway, Adam Hastings, check it out. That is a, again, very, very talented individual. And Mountain Dew. Didn't have Mountain Dew for 2 weeks, which is probably a good thing. But Coke was everywhere. Coca-Cola. All right, let's see here. Check on messages. All right. Carlos, what's up, buddy? We haven't. Nope, you're going to be. So Carlos is here. Met up with him at Joe Fest. And no, I haven't opened it yet. And that's going to be one of the last items, Carlos, towards the very, very end, because it's pretty freaking epic. So there is a really cool piece coming up at the very end. You at least guys can know that. MOTU Babies was awesome. Okay. So there's more. There's more. So the book was here. This is another one of the books that I wish I could read, but it's freaking huge and heavy. Look at this. This is another one of the books of the German. Oh my gosh, compendium. Why do I can't say that? Omnibus. This thing is awesome. It's huge. I have not opened it yet. I don't know what iteration this is now. Stefan might be able to answer that, but it's 600 Action Comics. I can see that down there. That much I can make out, but that's a lot, and that's a lot. So someday we might get some really good. There are some actual English translation books, but okay, we're gonna set that one aside. But speaking of books, this is freaking amazing. Oh, Grayskull Con exclusive. This is signed by the books creators as well. So Simon, Stefan got this for me, which you're going to see one of these here in just a minute, signed by him. So this is the cover of their chocolate box. They do chocolate boxes. How freaking amazing is that? That their group is big enough and fans enough that they do this. And look at this. For Joe, signed by the three of them. So, Simon, I always say his name bad. Artist, inside, and then someday, I would love to acquire a real one of his real pieces, and that don't be a cheap venture. They're not easy to acquire. Doesn't let them go very often. Like this is one of my favorite pieces. This is what got me. I was like, what? This is one of the PowerCon covers that was used for PowerCon booklet. I freaking love it. I love it. It is amazing. It's just, he does just brilliant work. I know I'm looking at it here, but I mean, showing the back cover kind of really exemplifies his work. And in just a very simple one shot. It's not digital, it's all hand painted. Like, it's spectacular. And oh man, it's freaking amazing. And I'm lucky enough to have this book. And this book is very, very, very limited. It's a hardcover book. And thank you, Stefan. This is freaking an awesome, awesome, awesome piece. Yeah. That's so freaking cool. Man at Arms. His like energy shield. Freaking kill it. Love it. Okay. So there's some other pieces in this. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff. Stefan found a European boxed Matchbox El Camino. Yeah. Freaking love it. I got to keep that in package because that's killer, dude. I freaking love it. Okay. And then we have, oh yeah, these are the weapons. So these are the add-on weapons, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't have these storylines down because they're tied to the German storylines, and they're weapons that tied into other releases and other products. So it's Triclops. There's two different versions. I think they're just two different packagings of the same blaster. Looks like it. But I mean, it's pretty freaking cool, the stuff that they do. And you can see here is, him holding the gun there. Oh, that's what it is. One's frontwards, one backwards. Ah, stupid. Sometimes I'm slow, man. Like, man, I'm giving my head a shake. Okay, we got some more stuff though. So here's Ofta. Dude, they did custom figures, and they're freaking awesome. They're fantastic. I haven't looked at these yet. I don't think. Did I? No. Check it out. It's freaking amazing. They do such a good job with these customs. Again, it's a unique storyline. I don't know the storyline. Oh, wait. Make sure. I don't know the storylines. That's kind of the sad part. But when I see this stuff, it's different. I can't put my finger on it. The quality, the attention to detail, the presentation, everything about it just says like it's. I don't know. I love this type of stuff. And there's more. King of Dark Smoke. Oh, this one's got some English on it. A little bit of protection on there. Okay. So they put a little bit of protection on him to keep him. Oh, because he will just straight up fall off. Okay. Good to know. Good to know I didn't just take him and flip him forward. But I think I can probably get away with doing this. King of Dark Smoke. So this is meant to look like the coffin, right? You can see the front there. There's the king. There he is inside there. And if we look back to this, there you go. So, yeah. That bad boy, skeleton-looking dude, Granomir were buds. That's pretty freaking awesome. And there's the custom figure of that. And I gotta say, it's pretty freaking cool. I do want to play with it because it's not strapped in, but I also don't want to break it or mess it up. But it does seem like a pretty darn good quality. That's freaking awesome. And there are instructions back behind it, but they put this little bit of padding on them, I think, just to keep them in place, which, as opposed to trying to put the band in, through the middle of the box or something like that, because there was a hole for that. I just think they chose to go that way to keep it safe, better, less likely to squeeze or have damage. Okay. But yet there's more. This is all still coming from Save the Adam Hastings book. All of this has come from one box, the Germany box. And there's still more stuff behind me that we'll get to, but I'm just trying to get through this table. So this is an incredibly rare piece. This is from Argentina. This is one of the trifolds, and you can see right there, there's the image, which is pretty freaking epic. Skeletor getting smashed, right? And over here, we've got He-Man. So that's the trifold, but it's not a trifold. It's just two images. And that's all this does. But this is super hard to find. Pretty darn rare merchandise piece. They just don't come up very often. When they do, they tend to be in this condition or significantly worse. But it's freaking awesome. I got one. It's the first one I've got. There are several of these out there. But this is the first trifold that I've got, and I freaking love it. This is from the faux, part of what he had in his collection. And then there was also a Masterverse poster that came. I believe this is from one of the shows. Yep, this is from one of the shows in Germany. And then check this out. I got a T-shirt. This is from the German fan group, where a lot of this stuff is coming from. Grayskull Con, all this fun jazz. Check that out. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll wear that. Heck yeah. I got one of their Brewverse ones that I've worn as well. Good shirts. Okay. Oh, speaking of the group, check it out. Check out their calendar. They go all out with their calendar. Look at this. And you get to see all the images on the back too. So it's not like you're complete, what is going on here. But the 2025 community calendar. Now, I tend to not open these. That's okay. The ones that are sealed like this, but I have my 2025 calendar currently, which is the 1986, 86, I think 86, 85 calendar. So, but I love all these images. They're all fan imagery. Ram Man with the Jim Beam. Freaking love it. It's such a great community, the German group. They're really, 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 really cool. And they do stuff like this. Okay. And speaking of that group still, like I said, there's some really cool stuff that they do. This. I mentioned the chocolate. They do advent calendars. Look at this. Legit. I don't eat these. I keep these just like this. And maybe that'll bite me in the ass someday and this will have some rotting issues or whatever, but freaking love it. Excellent. All right. Let me catch up on some comments because this table is almost done. There's just a couple pieces left. Okay. All right. Stefan's helping chiming in here. I should have been paying attention to all this because, he sent all of it, knows what's going on. Okay. So the weapons are from German Audio Play, and you can open the back card. I can open the back card. See, that's why you can slide them out. And I can see inside. Oh, look at that. Open the back card just like he said. That's freaking awesome. Okay, so what else did I miss here? I know I really should have been paying closer attention to the comments. Okay, so does audio play as well, and fictional character and the Preternian Torrent timeline. See? Brian, what's up, bud? Thanks for tuning in. I'm doing the old man look at this, freaking see the screen now here. Okay, let's see here. Wait, did he say I had something wrong? Let's see here. No, the picture on the back of the calendar shows only the ones you don't use. Oh no, that means I got to open up some of it. Please open the calendar. The other. Open the calendar. I should open the calendar. Open the calendar. Open the calendar. Opening the calendar. If I can. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's one. Oh my god. Thing's huge. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Mm-hmm. MOTU Brian, what's up, my friend? How you doing? I hope you're having a good weekend. Yes, yes. All right, we got more. Oh, I already showed that one. Let's jump to the middle here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's freaking an epic piece of work right there. Ha! That's good stuff, man. I gotta have to take a much closer look at that. We have the hard shell case live action movie. If I'm not mistaken, this version was only overseas, right? That's hard. Couldn't get it here, something to that effect. But got it. Okay. This is pretty freaking epic. This is old school, and I didn't look up what the word meant beforehand. So any of my German friends or anyone that knows, feel free to let me know what that is. But that's pretty freaking epic. This is old school, original Mattel sticker. This came from part of the full collection. And then there was also these items, which didn't say where they were from. They're all in English in the writing. So I actually don't recall where these 3D. This one's got a little crack right down there, but otherwise they're really well intact. There's a couple pinholes in this one, but looks like that one's just got the original, and there's little sticky tape on the back, but I don't recall where and or how one would have acquired these back in the day. But still, it's really cool to see the raised 3D landscape type stuff. And then this is pretty freaking cool. So this is part of the French Muscular Club, and they even had a little stamp in the back and the address. That's right, the original address. Recipient of this, which is pretty freaking cool. That's awesome. Can't read the date on that. I bet you if I put on glasses, I can probably read the date and when that was stamped. But that was part of, if you were in the club, man, you got a Christmas card. Okay, I got to be careful on where I set these because I don't want those 3Ds to get smashed. There's a lot, man. Like I said, there was so much stuff that had been building up there. That one we already saw. Okay. Random, but I wanted this El Camino in the street tire version. I found one loose. I got it. It was great, but I wanted one in box, and I could not find it here in the States. Over there, you could find it, no problem. All the U.S. ones are like monster truck tires, and I didn't want the monster truck tire. I just wanted the El Camino like this. So I got one. 2 El Caminos were in that box. Crazy, right? Okay. Let me see if I can push this just a little bit out of the way because there's still a bunch of stuff. All right, we'll switch gears a little bit to Joe Fest. Okay, so it was at Joe Fest here 2 weekends ago, last weekend, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun actually. I was exhausted from travel, so I was pretty much a non-existent night owl. I just went right to bed, which kind of sucked, but nonetheless, it was great to meet people, have some good times with mock masters, and sharing some information, selling some product. And one of the things that I got was this, which I just put it in the case just to travel with it, so that way it was fine. But this was the show exclusive. So it was a glider that came with a Fumbles figure, and it was all part of the tie-in to Robot Chicken, and Seth Green was there, and it's all part of what this is. Now the figure on the back is not Fumbles or the special figure, it's just some random Frankenstein figure pieced together. But they went up on the top balcony at there, and they made some announcements like, hey, watch out, pay attention. They don't want anyone to get poked in the eye or crazy. But they threw these gliders out into the crowd, and this was Seth Green's glider that happened to fly out over our booth and then do some crazy spiral, just the way it caught the wind, and then backward dove. I mean, nose dove inches away from Voltron here, like whoa! Went and picked it up, and so I've got like a cool little memorabilia piece from Joe Fest that was Seth Green's. You know, it's cool. So fun little piece. Went to try to have him autograph it. He was walking around the show, never ran into him once, but it's okay. It's all good. Cool story though. Cool, fun little piece to have too in the collection. Don't want to set that on the 3D things. See, almost did that. All right. Don't want to mess up that either. Okay. So what else happened at Joe Fest? Let's catch up here really quick on a couple comments. I know I should have paid closer attention to that stuff and should have looked, but that is really cool stuff in there. Toys. That's what the Mattel sign said. That's freaking awesome. Mattel Toys in German. It's freaking awesome. Yeah. Hey, Clint, how you doing, man? Joe Fest was my best toy show yet. Well, yeah. So Carlos brought down a Defiant as well as a flag, and he sold both of them. Yeah, you're going to do well if you pop both those and get rid of them. Yeah, good deal. Seth came to my booth, and we hung out with his girlfriend and at the lobby swap. Oh, nice. Yeah, you know, when I say he was 2 tables down from us, but the glider thing hadn't happened yet, and I'm not the type of guy that tends to go and, hey, at a dinner environment. So, now granted, I probably could have in that case, but I didn't care. So, at any rate, you just saw when I said Voltron, got this bad boy. Yeah. And the reality here is that all I care about is the sword, because I'm going to help make my Voltron complete. Now, this is where the debate comes in. Not even a debate, uncertainty. There are 2 swords from the vintage era. There's more because there's Matchbox and smaller, but of this scale size, there are 2. And one of them has a little hand guard that comes out. Just kind of comes out this way, either side. Whatever. It's only one side that comes out. One does not. This one is slightly longer. The other one that has the little hand guard on the side is just a hair shorter than this. Which sword came with the Panache Place sword set? You know, the ones that the figures went inside, right? Was there 2 different sword releases? Which one came with what? I don't remember. I don't know. And I've looked and I keep seeing 2 different stories. So regardless, I'm using this as my sword for my Voltron, which I slowly piecing together, which is not the way you typically want to do it. But I've gotten pretty lucky in most these pieces have come together pretty nice. So I just got to get the black key because I already got the pilot, but I have that. And then look at this. This is freaking amazing. There's no chrome wear. You don't see the Black Lion in particular, because everyone wanted the Black Lion. You just don't see him without chrome wear. The only thing that's off with it is the jaw here, and it's a little hard to see, but it's slightly yellowed. So the bottom jaw is a slightly discolored from, kind of see it there. But there's no chrome wear, and the stickers are all intact. It's in excellent condition, and it's tight. So I'm going to wind up flipping this just because I don't need this. I needed the sword. So I'll have this with me at Kane County if anyone's watching. And yeah, nice condition Black Lion. Going to be for sale at Kane, because that's the next toy show I'll be at. So for those that ask, sometimes that comes up. I will be at Kane County, Chicago here in a couple weeks. End of July-ish, whatever that date period is. But also, This gentleman was walking around with these erasers, but they work on your origins. They work actually on a lot of different things. They're pretty freaking cool. They're just little skeleton rubber eraser heads. And he's like, "Hey, here you go." I was like, "Thanks, man. Appreciate it." It's cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, so what did I else did I get? I picked up another barbarian figure. The Mythic Legions barbarian figure is an unofficial. They're not saying it's one of the homage figures, but because of all the things that you get with him, with the different hair colors, the face swaps, you pretty much can create a Conan, a Savage He-Man, a Wonderbread He-Man, whatever, the same type of thing. You can create a Ular character. You can create He-Man. You can create Thunder the Barbarian. I mean, you can create a lot of different characters with this, but you can kind of get your staple He-Man trio with this figures, but you would need 3 figures to do that. So this is number 2, and it just so happens in the for Mythic Legions, for those that are collecting Mythic Legions, all the boxes are designed to be open, but some of these figures are getting very, very expensive, hundreds of dollars, and people are starting to protect them. That's the Marvel Legends Star Wars Black case from Mockmasters. So I know Eternia Dreams use these for almost all their stuff, and I know some of the customizers are starting to use them as well. But in case people didn't know, there is a solution for Mythic Legions. Okay. Was able to do a deal and pick up a Bath Juggernaut. I took off the arms just to help with shipping, but it's a Bath. This is, you know, one of the easier pop and swap in and out type of things. Picked up the Bath Juggernaut. There's a lot. Picked up the light up version. Don't have the extra hammer. He came with a hammer and a mask. I actually do have an extra mask somewhere. But anyway, found him there. Found the Showdown version of Juggernaut there. This was their whatever, their universe, Marvel Universe. This is the version without the helmet. Was able to pick him up there. Mentioned Eternia Dreams. Yep. Was able to pick up a Matt Tracker from there. It's got his gun. Didn't have the base, but that didn't matter. But it's got everything that I really cared about. So, by the way, if anybody has Matt Trackers, this is from the 25th anniversary G.I. Joe series. If anyone has these, I like to buy them, as well as the Juggernauts. But if you have Matt Tracker and you want to sell a loose Matt Tracker, I'm your guy. Because, what else did I get there? So I'm going to show some other stuff here, but the toy community is amazing, and partly you'll see why here. Okay, I picked this up from Guillermo. I don't do many the rotoplast. I don't do any of that type of stuff really, but this was like, all right, I'll be your Huckleberry. So I got a graded, which is, again, is not my typical MO. Making sure I didn't drop anything of value in here, but so from Venezuela, right? Nice. Did I get it right? I always get it confused too. Yes. Yep. Rotoplast. So this is, again, I'm not a big grading guy, but this one ended up getting a, I don't even know what it was, a CAS. I gotta get glasses when I'm doing this type of stuff. But pretty cool. Guillermo hooked it up. Plastic Universe, Plastic Crack. Here's the COA. Battle armor, man. That's pretty freaking awesome. The only thing that'd make that better is if that was Battle Armor He-Man. But the Battle Armors were amongst my favorite. It is my favorite He-Man. The one side here, the belt has that's what I was like, what is that little clicking sound? The little piece of the acrylic inside the belt that holds it on that side. Looks like it's cracked, which again, that's one of the few negatives that grading and sealed acrylic figures and toys have, is that can happen and there's nothing you can do. Speaking of Matt Trackers, I went down to Kalamazoo shortly after the show to meet up with Scott, who was freaking, I mean, really awesome, nice guy. Known him for several years now here in Michigan. He lived over just south of the border, but it's Michigan and back and forth. But he's part of the Michigan Toy Trader Group, and he happened to be set up at Joe Fest. I didn't realize he was going to be set up at Joe Fest as well. He lives on the east side of the state, so it's not like I see him regularly. But I was like, holy crap, you're here. That's not fantastic. Well, I had, at the end of the show, 2 boxes and 2 pull-up banners and 1 small box of personal stuff for me. And he was like, yeah, no problem, man. I'll take it back. He had room in his trailer, drove it from Augusta back to the Detroit area. And then this weekend, I was planning on going down to see him. And he's like, hey, I'm going to Justin's place. And Justin's about 45 minutes away from me. So I was like, all right, sweet. I'll meet you there. So met up with Scott at Justin's place because he was doing a deal with Justin. I was able to pick up our stuff from the show, as well as pick up these things that I'm sharing with you right now, including the super surprise, which is behind me. And you're going to have to hang tight because that's coming up at the very end. And we still got quite a bit to go through. But while at Justin's, of course, Justin, the ever sales guy, is slinging product and slinging things. And, well, he happened to have 2 Matt Trackers. And I had to add it. Let's go. So one Matt Tracker is missing his base and missing the gun. But, and some people are like, well, it doesn't matter about the base. The base actually does have the name of the character on it. And they'll say Specialist Tracker on it. So I could use at least 1 or 2 more of those bases. But regardless, 2 more Matt Trackers. But I mentioned Scott. And the whole reason where I was like, hey, Scott, I want to buy these, but I can't get these back home because I was flying. Rarely do I fly anywhere with, I take the RV. When it's show related to Mock Masters, we're bringing the RV because of product and other things. But he had the Doom Blaster in box. The box is in decent shape. It's not perfect. There's some tear here in the back, but it's in very good shape for what it is. Inside, the thing is like brand new. It's freaking fantastic. And I have one of these, but not the canopy. So now I'm going to wind up taking and upgrading, and this will wind up just taking its place. I'll adjust my shelving, and this will just stay in the box. It'll stay on there, but then I'll sell the other one then and let it go. And I never realized quite how big the canopy was on this thing because it's the wings as well as the canopy. So it's pretty freaking cool. Again, made a freaking great deal on it. And how could I say, yeah, I was like, yeah, I got to do that. I got to get that. But wait, there's more. I have almost bought this thing probably 5-6 times now at different shows, and it's never complete. But I'm glad I held out because I got the tank now, and it's always missing the canopy, but this one's here. It's not cracked. It's not overly yellowed, and everything works. When you roll it, the eyes pop out, and it does its thing, and it's a weird thing with this Voltron stuff, but there's some pieces like this that I've always wanted as a kid, and I'm finding them now and able to get some of them, and some of the prices are palatable. Let's say that. So yeah, very excited that Scott was able to hook this up. So I was able to get not only this, but also the Doom Blaster from Scott. And then he drove them all the way back from Augusta to Southern Michigan, where then I met up with him at Justin's place and also bought some trackers, Matt trackers from Justin, and was able to pick up these amazing finds and pieces from Scott. So that is coincidental, but also incredibly kind. And one of the things that I love about the toy collecting community, and in general, the people that you meet and interact with are freaking awesome. They're really nice. Um, Everyone's got their own little quirks, right? So everyone's got something. So that's what makes it kind of unique. And again, I'm very grateful that Stefan was able to help out with this stuff here, and there's more that came from that Stefan box. Scott was able to do what he was able to do and bringing his stuff back in those 2 boxes of stuff for Mockmasters. It's freaking awesome. It really freaking is awesome, and I'm grateful. So I know I have a lot of fun and overly excited, but there's a lot of people that help with all of that fun stuff. So anyway, thank you very much to those involved. I'll make sure to tag you guys here once this is done, because I can't do that before we go live. So okay, so Carlos says Panache is the best by far. I think it's the best one by far, although that's a loaded statement. The best one by far for me is the Go Lion, whatever but the OG, like before this was here in the US, my friend from Japan had them in a big foam box that were all individual. They were all die cast. The Yellow Lion's heads flipped open. It had shooting missiles out of it. It weighed like a ton. That was by far the best Ultron I've ever seen. But yeah, the Panache is right there with it. Beautiful black line. It is. It's in excellent condition. I'm sure someone will be very happy because I'm just going to let it go for low because I don't need it. I'm not trying to make coin on that. I got what I wanted. So why don't you take my 2000X stand-ups off my hands? Oh, I've got them from the .org auctions back in the day. From Val, only 2 sets exist. Amelia and I have the other set. I don't display them. I have them. All right. I'll be your Huckleberry, or at least I'll entertain it, right? Heck yeah, man. That'd be great. All those, send me some pictures and email or a Facebook message, and yeah, that'd be awesome. Hopefully the wallet can handle it. Hey, what's up, Edmund? Thank you again for tuning in. I appreciate everyone. It's fun. It's fun to share. It is. Greg. Oops, wait, I missed it. I said Greg, and I'm still on the other comment. What's going on? There we go. How you doing, Greg? Thanks for tuning in and watching the fun stuff here. Well, let's see. Carlos said here. Come on, man. Not working. Let's see here. Carlos, I have a Matt Tracker file card if you need them. Oh, yeah. I'll take extra file cards. I don't have all the file. I mean, I have, I think 3 Matt Trackers on card now, 2 or 3. And I think I'm up to 5 or 6 loose. I like him. He's cool. It's fun. I know where there's a prototype as well, or a first shot, and I really want to get it, but I don't want to spend that. It's $400 and it's 100% gun, weapons, everything, but that's tough. That's tough. I think I have an extra Mac transfer. Oh, you do? Ooh. Yeah. I don't need it, but I'm always interested in acquiring them. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate looking out like that. Open my chance. What's up? It was great to see you guys as well. Man, that crown is freaking fantastic. I love seeing you walk around with that thing immediately, just like, boom. There they are. I'm bummed that we didn't get to go to your place and check it out because of the RV not traveling like we normally would, but it'll happen someday. Will happen. Greetings. What's up, Hunter Cat? Did I say that right? Hunter Cat. Yeah, I said that right. What's up, Cindy? All right. Sweet. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. I'll check for the messages when I get off here. Ken, what's up, buddy? How are you, my friend? 25th anniversary file card. Yeah. Nice. I'm in, Carlos. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Ken, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're it's getting no, it's not too late there yet. It's getting there though. Okay, so there is still some more stuff that's back here, but I got to get to it from this here. So there's a lot. So creations. This is the downside when you ship in your box like this. Mine is crushed. Unfortunately, it's not great. You know, I'll message them. I doubt they'll do anything about it, but for someone who doesn't tend to open them and wants them in box like this, it's a little disappointing, but pick your battles. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Anyway, got the Shirella. So I mentioned my trip, and Ken's gonna laugh at this because when we were in Barcelona, we went to, I forget what the square was called, but it's awesome. It's huge. I'm like, oh, this is great. And then it kind of clicked, and like, this is 2,000-year-old Times Square because everything was Americanized in around there. It was that was kind of disappointing. And then we did go to Hard Rock because I didn't want to pay for a bathroom, and I knew they'd have a bathroom there. But anyway, I digress. This is the only thing I remember I can actually think of actually purchasing, and I didn't even get it. My kids got it for me because it was Father's Day, was the special edition pin from Barcelona Hard Rock, and that's pretty freaking sweet. Conquistador skeleton head. It's pretty freaking epic, and it's not flat. It's curved, so it's got some topography to it. That's pretty freaking cool. So what else did get? So this came in the mail just recently. I mentioned mask and mat tracker. Well, this is a 1 in 50. So this comic store had to order 50 of the Energon Universe in order to get one of these variant covers. And this variant cover happens to be Mat Tracker, the new Mat Tracker. So for those that didn't know, Mat Tracker is now black in the comic series. It's just a different take on it. But yes, that is Mat Tracker. And it's also the figure that you would get in the Revelation. I'm probably getting that wrong. It was a big 5-pack that came with all the different lines. So you had Transformers, and Mask was part of it, and you got a Mat Tracker figure in there. And this is the Mat Tracker that you got. So it's Mask. I'm in, and I may have accidentally ordered 2 of these. So one of them might just have to go away, and I might flip later down the road someday. But it's cool. I'm excited for where that's coming, especially with the new Mask toys coming out from what is that? Loyal Subjects. Hopefully things go well. I know from personal experience with the MOTU stuff, there was some weird things that weren't great, but it got in line. But at the beginning, it was tumultuous. And anyway, we'll just call it growing pains, learning, right? Because that was pretty early on. So now I think I'm looking forward to what they can do because they're a legit toy company, and I love masks, so I'm excited. I'll be buying those for sure when BBTS launches those here. I think it's July 1st. They're first available through BBTS. So coming up soon. I'm disappointed about the new She-Ra Barbie selling out. Yeah, Cindy, that was tough. I didn't get one either. When that happened, I was overseas. I don't remember where exactly I was at. I think I was in Venice when that happened and just didn't think about it, lost track of it. And I was with family at that time. So hopefully some friends overseas and the German and the European versions go up for sale, which that also pissed off a whole bunch of people because they already did that once. It was supposed to happen a couple days ago or whatever. Timer went and then nothing. So who knows? I'll find one someday. Masters Keep. What's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in and watching. We got some more fun stuff coming up here. Oh, Greg, let's see here. You can't wait to get my hands on the new Mask vehicles. I know. They look like the old school. And I mean, I hope things are looking really good. And hopefully the QC, the quality control, and everything else matches with what we're seeing because I'm stoked. Okay. We got other stuff. This is more of the normal stuff because I got harder to find stuff back behind me, but I got to get through the newer stuff first. So, in the newer stuff pile, we have Masterverse Ninjor or New Eternia Ninjor. I did buy or order 2 of those because I wanted to open one of them. Here we have the Turtles of Grayskull Shredder, right? Super Shredder. Super Shredder. And I think I got 2 of him. Did I get 2 of him and 2 of Shredder? And okay, so there's some filmation in here. We've got our Grizzlor cartoon filmation style. It comes with a mirror. That's cool. That's cool. Because it's more Shira based, right? And so it's apropos. And we've got Lizard Man. Fang. Why did I say Lizard Man? Fang Man. Because sometimes I'm an idiot and I mix these things up. I like how the cards are feeling. They're pretty good. They're unpunched. They're thicker quality. There was some really thin stuff that was happening with the Turtles of Grayskull. And again, that's different lines. So, oh, this looks good because you get the different heads. I know people have been having really good comments about this one because you get the different head with it. So you're able to change Orko. That's pretty freaking cool. Orko's uncle. Uncle Montauk? Montauk? Is that what the uncle's name is? Mantac. Yeah, Montauk. It's freaking cool. That's so cool when they did this. Now I might have to get another one of those so that way I can take him out. Random. I bought one for my son and I got one for myself. I don't do, very rarely do I do anything Dragon Ball anymore. But when I saw this, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm in. And he's on Turtle. It's hard to see, but Master Roshi is riding on Turtle. They got me. They got me. It's as simple as that. Freaking Comic House. Didn't get any of the other ones. Don't really care about any of the other ones. But when I saw that, I was like, yep. You got my money. Yep. Oh, yeah, yep. Here we go. Blade. I think this one was a bit of a challenge, if I'm not mistaken. People were having a tough time. It was pretty cool. I was fortunate enough that both Anthony and my son Anthony and I, on one of the first PowerCon we ever went to, and is still in Anaheim, or I think Torrance technically. We were fortunate enough to have power passes, and we sat with Anthony DeLangus and Meg Foster. Drawing a blank there. And yes, I did get a second Ninja because I plan on opening him. You gotta open the Ninja. Okay, so that's the BBTS box. Get this up and out of the way. We got another box down here, and then we can get back. We're almost to some gold. There's some real cool stuff back there, but there's some real cool stuff right here too. Okay, so this is the Kickstarter exclusive items only. They're just going to be like this for now because there is no packaging for them. That's just the way they are. But this entire box, and it's not light either. This entire box is full of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 different biblical adventure action figure toys. And I bought into the Kickstarter and was attempting to get all of the different books and releases of the figures. But for example, this one's Moses. And just to kind of show, see what this looks like here. oops, the sleeve came off with it, but you can see that they open up. They have a description, and inside they're incredible. They are highly articulate, very accurate to what's described. And they, even when they went with like the demons and stuff, they went with very old, early writings and the drawings of what these angels and demons may or may not have looked like, and that's how they interpreted the figure. It's a freaking fantastic. My mother-in-law was here yesterday, and she's kind of like, "That's cool, but why?" And I just was like, "Well, I thought it was pretty cool, and I know." I'm not saying I would have been like a super religious, pious individual in the grand scheme of things and would have changed a whole awful lot, because I wasn't a bad kid. But if I had action figures, if I had Moses and he had the stick and someone else had the snake, and he knew that, no, man, you have to have older Moses with the stick. You can't throw it to that. You can't have Egyptian Moses there, because that's the young version of Moses. Which, by the way, they have the young version, the Egyptian version of Moses, and you're like, the storyline would have stuck. There's things that would have been more play, play led to things. Like when we're kids now, we know what accessories went with certain things, and there's stories behind those things. And I think that would have been really beneficial for me as a kid. So I'm trying to acquire everything that I could. And in this instance, this is book 1, book 2, with the Kickstarter exclusives. But he kept releasing things, and I didn't realize how much he kept doing. So there's a book 3 and a book 4, and each of those had something exclusive, which I won't probably be able to get those. But because this is D13 Studios, Biblical Adventures, this is Chris, and Chris is the same Chris from Four Horsemen, the same guy that you see on their when they go live, and it's Chris and George. He's their contact production for China and everything. So it's Four Horsemen-esque. Like it's his venture though. It's what he did, and it's fantastic. But because of that time, because of their Four Horsemen, that means that they had some retail and some abilities for these products to get out there. And I've been able to fill in some of those gaps. And Chubsy Wubsy, is one of their official retail providers. They're authorized resellers, I should say. And sorry, this isn't for him. This is our bathroom shelves. I just put that down here so I could remember to bring it downstairs. Waterproof acrylic, so that way nothing gets weird. So this is of no fault of Chubbs and their packing. They packed it really well. This thing just got smashed. The only thing that was damaged was the accessory pack, which got smashed as well. But you pick your battles. I'm not that upset about this. A little disappointing because I probably wasn't going to open the accessory pack. It was just going to be one of those to have. But anyway, weapon set 2. But then he filled in. We got Jesus Christ, the Transcendence. We've got the Jesus Christ. I always say that wrong. The next word wrong. The High Priest and Ark of the Covenant. And then the Solomon portrait of Christ. So there's 4 more figures in here, and I've probably got about, I think there's 4 more that I'm missing, and then I'll have the series sets. Now he kept releasing demons and special edition type things. For example, there were Biblical Adventure special edition. I guess you would call them angels and demons. To me, they looked more like statues because they're solid color. He painted them already, he made them army colored green and gray or whatever it was, and so that it was comical and stuff. But he released different figures and different colors and injections of these things at different shows. So if you go to D13 and Biblical Adventures and you look them up, there's there's some crazy exclusives that they've done in the past. Halloween color demons that were only out. So they're completely separate from the main release and story and everything else that they had, but still is pretty cool. And I'm trying to fill in the gaps and get as many of those as I can. And I think I'll get there. How many fright zones are you going to get from Mattel Creations? One for sure, maybe two, but one for sure. We'll see how well they do. One day, 19 hours to go, $92 is crazy though. Yeah. It's not the cheapest. You know, if Grayskull was 79, right? Isn't that what it was? 69, and then they got down to clearance. But this is being creations. You're not going to see them in retail. I don't think you're going to see them in retail. If you do, it's going to be like a Big Lots or an Ollie's type of thing, or Ross's after the fact. But we'll see. I got to get one. Let's see. So because you don't get Blade in Germany. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's what it is, Stefan. You can't get it in Germany. I'm sorry. What up, Jeff? Thanks for tuning in, man. Let's pull it up so people can see it. Does BBTS just send you a box directly from their warehouse? No, that'd be really nice, but no, I'm not. I love the stuff, but if we're talking real, I'm not cloudy enough, high enough up the chain to be in consideration for that. And honestly, it's okay. It's cool. I'm happy with what I'm doing and I'm enjoying myself, and that's all that matters. So I ordered that Biblical Adventure set from Big Bad Toy Store. I should get it on Monday. Can't wait. Oh yeah, it's pretty freaking sweet. I wish there was like the Tabernacle that's sold out. I think I'll be able to get the Tabernacle, but the Kickstarter exclusives, there's 2 other exclusives I think that were there, and those are gonna, I think, be hard to come by. Oh well. If I had Bible figures as a kid, I may have been more interested in reading the Bible more. That's all I'm saying, Jeff. I agree. I probably would have been more intrigued. You know, play towards the things that where a kid's mind wants to go, instead of, smacking with the ruler and making you go sit in the corner, which was some of my experience. I saw that Fright Zone. It looks really cool. Really good. Gotcha. That was gross. I thought good. I'm excited for it. I am excited for it. It's coming up soon. It's coming up real soon. Okay, so back to some MOTU. We had a toy swap at my house. The day of that, my daughter's open house, 2 days before we left for the 2-week vacation, I just figured the bounce house is up. We're going to have the boys come over. We'll have a good time. And I got a couple things then. So Alexander Deshaw makes these amazing, if you think Mythic Legion's a 6.5-inch figure scale, he made this mat, which is a simple print, but nice quality print, burns the edges. It looks appropriate for like a table. And he makes fountains, is what he really makes a lot of, but he also makes these tables, and they fit great for your 6.5-inch. And it's epoxy. I mean, this one's got the broken power sword embedded into the table. So, and look at the base. Super creative wood base, but then look at this. It's Tropicana. It's a Tropicana lid, which I freaking love. Absolutely love it, that you can find and look at that stuff and know I can use that. And he does. So look him up, Alexander Deshaw. He's part of the Michigan Toy Crew. Fortunate to have, again, this great group of guys all around. I mentioned Justin earlier. During that toy swap, I picked up a couple Battle Beasts from him. I'm pretty sure I have the Rhino at my office, but I didn't have the flare neck lizard. I forget what the actual name of that lizard is, but I picked up these 2. I'm not going to go crazy with Battle Beasts. There's about 6 to 8 of them that I want, that I used to have as a kid, and that's kind of where I'm going. There's a couple that I wanted as a kid, like this guy, that I'll add, but I think it'll probably be about 10 to 12. maybe 20, maybe all of them. I don't know. I don't think so, but okay. Also, Scott Wiles had this, and this, yeah, that's a tack track. Your eyes aren't fooling you. This is unused, unplayed with. The box is open, but the rubber bands that go around the tracks that give it tread or traction, they're still in the plastic baggie. This thing is mint. Aside from the back wanting to just fold down, which whatever, great deal. Hooked it up big time. And this is, I think, the only big Jim piece, officially big Jim piece that I have. I have obviously the cats. We know that the cats used to be there, but this is pretty cool. I mean, it's straight up, it's a tack track. They just use the which again, why wouldn't you? You already have this done. And you were making up your own universe. It was a natural, brilliant play on their behalf to reuse that. Brilliant. Okay, so we're close. We're winding down. But we're going to go back to the faux German box that Stefan sent over, because inside that was a redonkulous amount of flat goods. So sticker sheet that I do not have. This is, was it Sweden or Norway that did this particular sticker sheet? And that's an unused sticker sheet, because there's also singles of that one. Then, I mean, there's a whole bunch coming here, guys. So there's two of this particular sticker sheet. The one right behind it is identical, but the He-Man sticker is been used or missing from the second sticker sheet. And the sad part is I don't remember where all of these came from. So this is the Masters of the Universe, the French card. Open up like this. And everything was in a nice little baggie. You know, help keep it a little organized. Some of these I have yet to actually pull out and look at. So I don't remember where these two came from. This looks Greek or Indian to me, but again, with the color schemes that they used, I have some Greek and Indian stuff, so that's just my guess. I'm sure we could figure this out doing a little more homework here. Fo actually might remember where some of this stuff comes from as well if I ask him. Got two more here. Oh, that's just a backer. Okay. Sorry. So again, there's a lot. I'm trying to get through them here. Stickers. Okay, that one I don't have to take out. I can throw in Beastman. This one's some completely weird random, had to come out of a magazine, but there's all sorts of randomness on that particular one. But He-Man's on there a couple times along with Superman. Okay, this one was weird. I wanted to take a closer look at what was going on here with this one. Okay, this just came out. Okay, so this is just the plastic paper part that went around this sticker is unadhered, and this one looks like it was adhered at one point. There's no backer on it, but that's what was in that little ring that I had just a moment ago. We have these actually look like they're transfers the way they feel, because they're backwards, so they're probably temporary tattoos. If we look at them through backwards like this through the light, then you can see that I think those are temporary tattoos. And then this looks familiar. I think I got this particular sheet from MOTU Mike at one point for attempting to fix his clock or getting his clock partially working again. Man, I've spent a lot of time on that thing and I couldn't quite get it quite right. Okay, so a lot of paper, a lot of flat goods, a lot of paper goods, right? There's more. Most of those paper goods are going to stay in this. This is the last one I was missing. The yellow clear window I did not have. And I now have the blue. I have the red. I don't know if there's another one that's got the clear window. I also have those same three colors without the window. So this was a unique, quite useless, to be honest, carrying case. You really couldn't fit flat figures in here. The accessories and paper goods would fit in here, and Modulock and Multibot would fit in here, but you really couldn't carry these figures around in there worth a dime. But books. These are the same as our books, but in different language. I believe these are French. And got the movie. So I have the what do you call it? The lobby card, the insert that would have just been in like a little plexiglass two-sided thing. I have one of those, but I don't believe I had this particular one because this is the like program for the Japanese release. Or is it the Chinese release of the movie? Then I also, again, was able to acquire, and I did not realize how freaking big. I really didn't know how big this thing is, but it makes sense. This is the playmat that's like, it's meant for, Castle Grayskull, but their version, the French version of it, type of a thing. Like, it's huge. Trying to look at this thing. This is the first time opening it. Look at this. Look at that thing. And you can see the Masters logo down at the bottom, I hope. I mean, it's pretty freaking cool. I think so. I turned around and take a look myself. Yeah, that's freaking awesome, man. Snake Mountain's up there at the top, the serpent. Yeah, that is so freaking cool. That's awesome. Can't believe that it's been this long and I haven't been able to get this until just now. But 1984, got it. Another thing that I've been after for a long time, ever since I started collecting the merch, I've known about these. But now I've got it. I've got it. The 30 cube set. And it's complete. And all the paper is on top. The papers are different images of the cubes. So the cubes there's 8 sides, so there's 8 different images, and it's just a puzzle. That's all it really is. It's just a puzzle that you put the cubes, they roll around, and you put it together. Pretty freaking basic, but it's in the plastic box that it's supposed to be with. The metal clasp is there. The instruction or the guide, the images are still there. It's all here. That's freaking awesome. Been after that piece for a very, very, very long time. Also, we're winding down. We're almost to the finale. The big piece de resistance. Some international VHS, and I don't think there's any beta in here. I think it's all VHS. They're just different versions of things that I did not have, or different imagery that I haven't seen before. I'm sure, obviously, we have all these episodes, but it'd be cool to pop one in and hear the different language and the way they presented it. Then 2 more, both VHS. Okay, this is it. You guys have made it this far. For those that have survived, this is it. This is the big one. This is Carlos. This is hooking it up, making a deal, getting me a piece into the collection that I probably would not otherwise find anytime soon. It's a very pricey piece. it is still it's one of those things to where I had to pull the trigger. I'm not going to see one anytime soon again, at least not likely. So this is the piece. This is the piece. It's been right here the whole time. You guys have just been hiding. It's been hiding so you guys couldn't see it. So yeah, I bought a Heroic Warriors 3-pack. So Carlos has had this in his collection for quite a bit now. It is obviously opened. It is missing the insert. So you know, it's not perfect by any means, but it is the original box. The blister is unbroken. It's not yellowed. The art is bright and vibrant. It is missing the UPC and the barcode, which is unfortunate, but it does have 3 figures in its place. And to the best of my knowledge, I've asked a couple people, and apparently Tom Mack does make reproduction inserts or has them available. To some degree, I got to check into that, because this is one of those instances to where, yeah, I'm going to put a reproduction insert in there to make it look as best as possible, because this is a really, really, really hard to find piece. And the fact that it's Battle Armor He-Man is one of the reasons why I was like, oh, damn, I gotta get that. I believe there were 2 different Heroic Warrior packs. Maybe there's two or 3, 2 for sure. And then I think that there's definitely 1 Evil Warriors pack. And then there was also the Battle for Eternia. There were several of the 3 packs and the 2-pack vehicle and a guy type of a thing. And then I think the most elusive was with the many faces and Skeletor and the cat or something. Anyway, I got it. Thank you, Carlos. This is freaking awesome. It's never easy when someone lets a personal piece go, especially when there's, you know, stories behind it. But it ain't going anywhere. You know, it's going to be in this collection for quite some time, and I'm pretty freaking ecstatic that I got it. So thank you, Carlos. I am very grateful for the opportunity, and that's it. I got to end it on that, because I am not going to be able to top that anytime soon, because that's up there for hard to find. Even though it's in essence, yeah, it's the box, but the box is hard to find. That's the part that made it super collectible for fans right now. So I appreciate everyone tuning in to watch. That was a very long, a lot of stuff to cover over a couple of weeks, but some of the stuff has been building up for over a year in Germany, just making it over here. Thank you to Stefan. Thank you to Fo. Thank you to everybody. Some of these pieces, John Itis, also sending different leads my way for different pieces as well. The guys that came over, Justin for hooking up, Scott, my God, thank you very much again for hooking up the travels and bringing that stuff back, and the deals on the Voltron pieces. Scott, everybody, thank you. It's always great to share and have fun, and I appreciate everyone tuning in and having a good time. If you enjoyed it, hit like, share, all that fun jazz, and we'll see you here soon next time. All right. You can also find me at Mock Masters and Retro Eggs Limited if you have any questions outside of Facebook. So take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye. There we go. We got it.